Hello, my friend. Welcome to your sleep story. My name is Stephen Dalton. I'm an Irish storyteller, and it's my great privilege to be the voice that you listen to as you go to sleep tonight. I don't know about you, but I love looking at the moon. I love thinking about what's up there. I love when I can see the outline of the craters through a telescope, and I love to think that it's our constant friend, a quiet place, far away from all that we know. And so I came up with an idea for you to have an interaction with the moon. In this story, you will receive letters from the moon, letters of peace and safety, which I hope will ease you into a very comfortable sleep. One small thing, if you'd like to hear my work with no sound design or music, you can become a patron. The link is below this video. Okay, let's do the relaxation session now, which will take a few minutes before tonight's sleep story. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. And as I do, allow yourself to let go more and more. 10. You are safe. You are in a place of peace tonight. You are allowed to feel safe. Allow my voice to be a friend tonight, to be a guide, to be a voice of safety, and know that my voice will only ever take you to safe places. 9. Feel into your body. See where you may still be holding tension tonight, or perhaps where you are feeling pain. Maybe it's in your face, or your head, or your neck and shoulders. And as you feel into these places, see if you can let go of what you might be holding on to, just by becoming aware of the tension. We give our body permission to let go. Maybe it's in your chest, maybe in your belly, maybe in your legs or hands or feet. Your body deserves rest now. Allow it to find peace. 8. Feel the support beneath you. Whether it be your bed or the floor, or the constantness of the earth, our home that always supports us. And as you become aware of that deep support that is offered, see if you can release even more now. Deeper and deeper, moving towards deep relaxation. 7. Peace lives within you. You know it is always there. It is something that can be found right now. See if you can find it tonight. Sometimes I find it by taking a deep breath in and letting go. And there, behind that breath, I feel that peace that can sometimes be elusive. So see if you can find your peace tonight. 6. This is your moment. This is your time. So really allow yourself to be in this moment now. If thoughts arrive, which they inevitably will, see them for what they are. Just thoughts. Just another part of being human. But you don't have to follow them. You can welcome them, and then let them go. Let them float away like leaves on a moonlit river, or clouds passing through a starlit sky. Watch them go into the distance and just settle now. Settle with that inner peace. 5. The day is done. Whatever has been, has been. Whatever will be, will be. Enjoy that fact. Enjoy the ability to luxuriate in this moment, to just settle in, to find a little bit of coziness and peace, and listen to tonight's story. You have nothing else to do. You have nowhere to be. 4. Allow a little gratitude now. Gratitude for the simple things. The shelter that you have tonight. The breath in your body. For the ones you love. 3. Begin to engage with your imagination now. Begin to see the moon in the sky, in your mind's eye. It looks beautiful. It looks like a safe, calming place. A place that offers you healing energy. A place far away from all that you know. 2. Checking in with your body one more time now. See where you're still holding on. Your body has worked hard for you today. It's time to give it rest. 1. Completely letting go now, as I tell you tonight's sleep story. It arrives on a day like any other, You're not waiting for anything. You're not expecting mail. You're not even sure what day it is. Not in any important way. The kind of day where your thoughts wander without landing anywhere. And the sky outside is one long color with no edges. And then a letter. Not an email. Not a text. A real letter. In an envelope the color of salt. There's no stamp. No return address. Just your name in handwriting that doesn't feel familiar. And yet, you know it's for you. You almost don't open it, but you do. And inside, on paper thin and weightless, you find the first letter of many more to come. It reads, I'm writing to you from the moon. You don't know me, and I don't know if this will find you, but I like to think it will. The way seeds find cracks in the pavement. The way voices find ears in the dark. Sometimes, when I sit by the window, if it can be called that, I forget where I am. And then, the earth begins to rise in the distance, slow and deliberate, and I remember everything at once. There it is, the whole of it, turning, pale and round and full of light. You can't quite believe how beautiful it is until you see it from here. Not in a photograph, not through a telescope. With your own eyes, unshielded, unfiltered. There's a hush that comes over you the first time. Not silence, reverence. From here you can see what it really is. A place, a planet. That word, place, never meant much to me before, but now it feels like a miracle. A place where children draw shapes in the dust, where oceans pulse and mountains sigh beneath the weight of the weather, where people fall in love and build cities and ruin them and build them again. From here, you can hold the whole of history in a single glance. There, on that small turning sphere, Rome rose and fell, and Greece and Egypt. Shakespeare wrote his plays beneath the sky he thought would never change. Someone once invented the comb. Someone else discovered how to use fire. And someone, many someones in fact, built the machines that sent me here. And yet, from here, all of it seems impossibly fragile. Not unimportant, just delicate. A soap bubble held in a sleeping child's hand. You cannot look at the earth without feeling that every single thing on it matters, that it should be protected, held carefully, as you might hold a cup of water for someone who's been walking a long, long time. I think of you, wherever you are. I wonder if you can feel it, this long gaze reaching back toward you. I wonder what your sky looks like tonight. There's more I want to tell you. I've started a garden here, a real one, with something growing against all odds. But I'll save that for another letter. This one is just to say, I see you. I'm your friend, and I wish you peace. Yours from the moon. Days go by. A week, maybe more, it's hard to tell. Your calendar has nothing marked on it, and the weather doesn't seem to change. The first letter stays tucked away in the drawer by your bed, though sometimes you take it out just to hold it, not to read again, just to feel the weight of it, to remind yourself it was real. You don't expect another, and then one morning, there it is. Same envelope, same salt white paper, your name, in the same steady handwriting. No stamp, no postmark, just waiting for you. You pause before opening it. Not because you're afraid, because you already know you're going back to the moon now. You sit down and you begin to read. Hello again. There's a green shoot growing in the soil here. I thought you'd want to know. It came up 2 days ago. Just the gentlest curve of stem, bowed like a head in prayer. I check it every morning, and again in the evening, though it hardly changes. Still, there's something in me that leans towards it. The way a hand reaches without thinking. I didn't expect it to work. The moon is not a place for gardens. The ground here is ancient and quiet, and it has never known the weight of rain. But still, I pressed seeds into the dust. I lit a lamp. I gave it what water I could make. And now, it's here. I don't know what it is yet. I brought so many seeds from Earth. Parsley, lavender, something from a packet that only said wildflowers. This one didn't come with a name. It doesn't matter. Out here, anything that grows is holy. Sometimes I sit beside it for hours. I talk to it, though of course it doesn't answer. I tell it things I remember, about the smell of bread crusts, and the sound of kettles. I tell it about my father's garden hose, and how he loved to water his garden with it. I tell it how I used to lie on the grass in late summer and feel the weight of bees humming through clover. It listens in its own way. And I think of you, not in the abstract, not like a symbol. I picture you walking past a shop you didn't plan to go into, holding something warm in a paper cup. I picture your breath in the morning air, rising and vanishing. I think of how green your world is. There's so much I wish I could show you. But then again, you already have it. That's the strange thing, being here. From this far away, you start to see everything as sacred. silence, even dust, even a stem with no name. I'll write again soon. Yours from the moon. More days go by. You don't tell anyone about the letters. You probably wouldn't know how to explain them. But something in you has changed. You find yourself looking at the sky more often, at trees, at windows glowing at night. You start noticing things again, small things. You don't expect a third letter. And yet, when it comes, you're not surprised. You open it the way one opens a door they've walked through before. Not rushed, not afraid, just ready. Letter 3. I've been thinking about the size of things. From here, the earth is the size of a coin held at arm's length. That's all. A perfect little circle you could fit on your fingertip. You'd think that would make it feel less important. It doesn't. It makes it feel miraculous. Everything you know is there. All your memories, all your mistakes, all your kindnesses, all your questions, the people you've loved, the things you've lost, every language, every silence. From this far away, it looks manageable, beautiful, fragile. I don't know what you're carrying right now. I don't know if you wake with worry in your chest, or if you lie awake replaying the things you could have said differently. I don't know what you regret. I don't know what you're afraid of. But I want to tell you this. From here, it's smaller, still real, still worthy of your attention, but not as sharp, not as heavy. When you see it from a distance, your life becomes something soft-edged and full of light. The weight shifts. The shadows loosen. you start to see how nothing stays the same for long. How even grief moves, and pain softens, and fear passes. The earth spins. It keeps spinning. And that, somehow, is enough. I don't write these letters to tell you what to do. I don't know the answers. But I do know what it's like to feel very far from yourself. And I know what it's like to find your way back. If nothing else, let this be a way to remember that you are part of something much larger than whatever might be hurting. I'll write again soon. There's more to say. Yours, from the moon. You keep the letters in a drawer now. Not hidden exactly. Just safe. You don't read them every day. But sometimes you touch the edges of the paper, as if to check they're still there. You've stopped trying to explain it to yourself. It's enough that they come. It's enough that they speak to something inside you that has no name. And then, one afternoon, when the sky is overcast and your thoughts feel too loud, another envelope is waiting by the door. No sound of footsteps, no knock, just there. You bring it inside, sit in your usual chair, and open it slowly. Letter 4. There was a storm on Earth last night. I watched it from here. An enormous sweep of cloud curling over your hemisphere like the closing of a hand. I could see the flashes of lightning like tiny veins of fire running through cotton. It looked beautiful, gentle even, like a dream made of movement and light. And I thought, how strange it must be to live inside something so vast. You don't see it like I do. From where you stand, it's probably just grey skies and wet hair, and traffic, and dripping window panes. But from here, it was a painting, a dance, a living thing in slow motion. It reminded me of something I've been meaning to tell you. You are often inside the very things you can't yet understand. You're standing too close to see the shape of it, too deep in the middle to name it. But that doesn't mean it isn't beautiful or necessary or already beginning to pass. Sometimes I think the purpose of these letters is not to give you answers, but to give you height, distance, a place to look from. From here, you are not broken. You are not late. You are not lost. You're simply living through something. And when you come out the other side, you will see its shape. You'll say, so that's what it was. And you'll keep going. I hope it rained where you are. I hope you let it fall on your face. I hope, even for a moment, you remembered what it felt like to belong to a planet that keeps making beauty without being asked. There is so much more ahead. I'll write again. Yours from the moon. Days pass, and letter 5 arrives. You've stopped asking why. Each one feels like an exhale. Today's arrives just before you go to bed. Letter 5. The garden is still growing. It hasn't blossomed. There are no flowers, no fruit. But something is happening. The green has deepened. A second stem has appeared. Tiny leaves, translucent at the edges, like they're made of breath. I don't know what kind of plant it is. I told you that already. But I think now that doesn't matter. What matters is that something is alive here, in a place that was never meant to hold life. That feels important. I think about you often when I'm beside the garden. I imagine you sitting somewhere quiet, reading these words. I wonder what kind of soil you're standing in, what kind of weather your days are made of. Maybe it's not easy right now. Maybe you feel far from blooming. Maybe you're still just a seed in the dark. I know that place. There were times I didn't think I'd make it through. Days I felt like I was going to grow inside stone. But here's what I've learned. Watching this garden, things don't need ideal conditions to take root. They just need time and a little light. You don't have to be thriving yet. You don't have to be ready. You just have to be. That's what the garden is teaching me, and I thought maybe it could teach you too. We are allowed to be slow. We are allowed to grow without knowing what we'll become. That's all for tonight. The earth was quiet today. No storms. Just the slow spin of cloud over water, like someone turning a globe very gently in their hands. Sleep, if you can. And if not, just rest. That counts too. Years from the moon. You don't remember falling asleep, but when you wake, the letter is there. You lie still for a while before opening it. Outside, the world is still dark. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks once and then stops. The quiet holds, and in that hush, you read. Letter 6. There is no weather here. Not in the way you know it. The sky never changes. The light comes and goes, but always in silence, like a breath that doesn't want to wake anyone. There is no wind, no bird song, no rustling leaves, and yet, somehow, I still feel the shifts. I think that's true of people too. You can't always see what's changing, but it's happening. I used to think healing meant going back to how things were. I don't believe that anymore. The garden has taught me differently. It didn't go back to being a seed. It broke open. It became something else. So did I. And so will you. Whatever you're carrying, whatever weight sits behind your ribs like stone, it isn't forever. You won't always feel this way, even if it's been years. Even if it feels a part of who you are. It moves. It changes shape. It lets go of you when you stop clenching so hard to keep it. I see the earth each day. I watch it turn. And what I want you to know is this. Nobody gets through life untouched. Nobody escapes sorrow. But still, you are here. Still, you wake. Still, something green inside you insists on reaching upward. That is no small thing. Be gentle with yourself, if you can. And if not, if gentleness feels too far away, then just pause. Just breathe. The world is carrying you, even when you don't feel it. And I am too, in my own way. Yours from the moon. Letter 7. You've been kind to let me speak so much without saying who I am. Maybe you've wondered. Maybe not. But today I want to tell you just a little. Not everything. Some things are better left folded in the dark for now. But enough for you to know that I'm okay. I came here by choice. Not as an astronaut. Well, not exactly. I was part of something quiet. Something never announced. A small program. years ago, designed not for exploration, but for reflection. They believed that distance could be healing, that something about this view of Earth, of silence, might teach us what we couldn't learn down there. I wasn't that well in the past. Not in a way anyone could easily name. I was tired all the time. I felt like a book no one opened anymore. And when the opportunity came, I said yes. There are others too. You asked without asking, I know. There are others here. Not many. We don't see each other often. But we share meals sometimes. We have a little library. There's a man who plays cello in the evenings. So, no, I'm not alone. And no, I'm not lost. I will come back to Earth someday. Not soon, but eventually. I'm not quite ready to be picked from this branch of silence just yet. But I will be. And when I do, I hope the Earth still has places for people who take longer to understand their shape. You don't need to worry about me. I am well. I am warm. And I am thinking of you. Always. Yours. From the moon. Letter 8. There is something I want to say before this ends. I don't know your name. Not really. But I know what your quiet is like. I know the weight you can carry. I know the ache that has no single cause. I know what it means to be tired in your bones and still get up. I've known that too. And that's why I've written. Not to offer wisdom, not to pretend I've solved anything, just to sit with you in a way that distance can't ruin, to say, I see you. Even from here. There is peace on the moon, but it's not the kind people imagine. It's not vast and empty and echoing. It's small, particular. It's the sound of hot water cooling in a cup. It's a green stem pressing upward through dry dust. It's the slow, steady knowing that you don't need to fix everything to be allowed to rest. That kind of peace can be found anywhere, even where you are. I've written to you because I believe something gentle in you was already reaching for it. And maybe, just maybe, these letters have met that part of you. The part that wants to soften, to let go. The earth looks especially clear tonight. No storms, no clouds, just the blue and the green, and the curve of shadows sweeping across it, like someone slowly pulling back a blanket. I imagine you asleep beneath that curve, and I hope you dream of something kind. I'll write again soon. Yours, from the moon. Letter 9. It's almost time. Not for anything dramatic, just time. Time for these letters to end. For me to go quiet again. For you to carry on without me, whispering across the sky. That was always the plan. This was never meant to be permanent. Just a thread of calm across the dark. Just a voice when yours felt too small or too tired or too full of noise. Just enough to remind you, you are not alone in this life. And now I believe you know that. I felt it these past days, as if some part of you has settled a little more into itself. You're breathing slower. Your shoulders less rigid. Maybe you don't even realize it yet, but you've changed. Not in a way others can see, perhaps, but the kind of change that matters most. The garden has bloomed. It happened yesterday. 3 flowers, tiny, pale, and absurdly brave. They opened beneath the heat lamps like they'd been waiting all their lives. I laughed when I saw them, not out of surprise, but out of recognition. They looked exactly like joy, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't need to explain itself. You're like that too, you know. Something has bloomed in you. And when I return to Earth one day, I hope I'll pass you in a crowd. I won't know your name, but I'll recognize you. Not by your face, but by the peace. You'll carry it gently, like a secret you no longer need to keep. One more letter, just one. Then I'll go quiet. Yours, from the moon. It's quiet in your room. The day has already folded itself away. The light is soft, and the air is still. And somewhere nearby, the gentle clink of someone washing a cup reminds you that the world is still going on, still moving, like always. You sit in bed, the letters are in your lap, neatly stacked now, corners worn just slightly from all the times you've held them, read them, breathed them in like air from somewhere higher. You don't know why you check the window, but when you do, the envelope is there, leaning against the sill, exactly where the light can find it. You open it slowly. It's the last. Letter 10. Tonight, I just want to say thank you for reading, for listening, for letting my quiet voice reach you, even when your own world felt too full or too far away. You've carried more than you've said. I know that. And still, you kept going. even on the days that asked too much, even in the moments you thought you had nothing left to give. You kept going. You kept being someone in the world. That is a miracle. I won't write again, not because I've gone, but because the letters have done what they needed to do. Not just mine, yours too. Yes, yours. The ones you didn't write down, but held in your heart. The ones you whispered to the dark when you thought no one could hear. I heard them, and I want you to know you are doing just fine. You don't have to be better. You don't have to be finished. You don't have to understand the shape of your life yet. Just keep being gentle. Keep being kind, especially to yourself. And when it feels too much, look up. I'll still be here. The moon doesn't leave. Maybe someday you'll write back. But for now, rest. Let yourself fall into the silence you've earned. Let your eyes close with the letters around you, warm and real and yours. Let peace come in like the tide and sleep. Yours always, from the moon.